Hello viewers, welcome to Dailies on TVRC. I am Anthony Vincent. And joining me in the studio this morning is
Oyedo Kumari Samuel.
I have here with me Punch newspaper.
And I have here with me Vanguard newspaper.
APC PDP members in Imo North collapse structures for Obi Labour Party. Again on the front page of Punch newspaper. PDP constitutes committee for deputy governorship candidate screening. Same on the same newspaper. APC monetized Ekiti governorship election, says Showore. And this is also coming from the APC chairman, Personal Padamu. He says that Ekiti governors elect landslide victory reflects popularity. And again on the same page of the Punch newspaper, Ekiti ADP rejects APC victory to challenge result in court. Mr. Samuel, APC monetized Ekiti election, says Showore. What's your take on that?
Well, that's not in this country again. We know what Nigeria is all about. Let's say that politics is all about money. If you don't have money, you can't venture into politics.
I think that should be, is it peculiar to Nigeria or just all over the world?
Let's say peculiar to Nigeria because we are talking about right here in Nigeria, so we cannot criticize other countries or what we don't have facts and figure about. We are talking about Nigeria as a whole, that we know what has been going on, and this one is no longer news that it was monetized. I know it's a slant, is a last slide because the highest bidder get the highest vote. So PDP and the other people, they will also monetize it, but the rate is just different.
Okay, this one is also coming from the chairman of All Progressive Congress.
Okay.
And he says that Ekiti governors elect landslide victory reflects popularity. Do you think Oyebanji is popular in Ekiti State?
Popularity? I would have put it that the money and the influence of Tinubu is a landslide for the election. So going by the way of you don't want to cover up, we have something to say just to cover up. But let's say that the money and the influence of Tinubu has not even got to Lagos before going to APC for the election. They are just welcoming back yesterday due to what has happened. So I don't see that as news.
Okay, this one is coming from. This was also coming. This one is a kind of a serious one. SDP, PDP rejects APC victory in Ekiti, and they want to challenge that result in court.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you think the election? Do you say kind of fraudulent act in the election? Do you think the election is not free and fair? And do you think the election is not credible?
I won't say that the election is credible or is not credible, but I won't support the credibility because the vote is being monetized.
Okay.
And in a democratic state in which we are right now, which is Nigeria as well, monetization of the votes, it is not legal.
Okay.
So we can't say that. So going to the court, that one has become norms to political parties that are not favored in the case of the vote. So they will rather go to the court. Okay, then this is what happens, and it's good. It's normal.
Okay, I think this is what I have on the Punch this morning.
Okay, and here with me, I have a Gandhi Vanguard here with me. Let me take it from there. Jam registrar charges politicians buying 100 million naira nomination forms. That's coming from Jam registrar charges politicians buying 100 million naira nomination forms. The Registrar Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, Professor Isaac Oluyede, has chided Nigerian politicians who, he said, prefer to spend as much as 100 million naira to buy nomination forms for their political parties to equip health institutions with such money. I know we have a lot to say there. Now we have this one. Why I danced before stepping down. APC female presidential aspirants. Yes, and I have here with me. Work against Okowa. Delta APC chieftain begs southern leaders. Work against Okowa. That's another trending news. And Ogun gunmen take cigarettes rice, and beans to free abducted church leaders. Ogun State government takes cigarettes, rice, beans to free church leaders. And I have here with me on the same front page of Vanguard, Tinubu homecoming. Lagos NUJ condemns attacks on journalists, demand for justice. The Nigerian Union of Journalists Lagos State Council has condemned the totality and the reports attack on journalists by some hoodlums and criminal elements in the state on Sunday. That's concerning the homecoming of Tinubu. And I have with me here another one that says, this one is quite funny. It's quite funny. It says, Okote begs Tinubu Atiku to step down, want to succeed Buhari. Lagos power frames technicians fall from electric posts and dies. Kidnapper demand 150 million naira for ex-NFF officials adopted after Abuja wedding. And I guess that's where let's take this one also. Passenger stranded as first scarcity hits Lagos. Passenger stranded as first scarcity hits Lagos. Let's come in from here. This scarcity of fuel of the thing is getting so anonymous to the extent that it has now been blocking and restraining people from going out to their daily activity because of the cost of the transport, when we have scarcity of fuel like that. What's your take to that? I don't know why it's spoiled, because it's not being said that the petrol is scarce. We're hearing about diesel, but why petrol right now? In this country, it's so very funny sometimes the way things played out. Back in the days, it used to be petrol scarcity. But this time, I think it comes through the angle of diesel. So it's not, to me, I don't think it's making sense if we had that diesel is being sold for 1,900 naira per liter. So, and don't forget those petrol tankers. It is they run their tankers using diesel. Yes. So it is not just peculiar to those who are carrying the fuel, who are transporting the fuel from depot to different fuel stations, but it's also peculiar to all those who are going to who are using the same truck to move commodities from a particular location to another location. So this calls for kind of a serious attention from the government. That's part of what that's what part of what we talked about. They are also part of leadership problem. And it's not even in Lagos alone. We have it here in Oyo State, and it has been extended to Abuja also. So let's take this. It's quite funny, as I said. Okote begs Tinubu Atiku to step down, want to succeed Buhari. The founder of Household of God Church, Reverend Chris Okote, has asked political parties, presidential aspirants to step down for him in his bid to take over the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, in 2023. So what kind of politics is that?
In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong if a man of God wants to become the president of this country. After all, in Rome, it has been run by Pope Francis. He's the head of he's the one in charge of the Vatican. He's the head of the Vatican city. So if a man of God will become the president of this country, but he should understand the fact that politics is not a minor. Politics is not just something you will sit in the movie. You sit on your couch and you are making some speculations. No, it requires a serious business. You have to be on the field. You have to build up the structure, and you have to get involved. Okay, you have to. It's not all about just wishing. Just wishing to be present. No, you have to understand. If you must come, clean to the general populace. You must make your intention known, then you build it from scratch, and that's how you can emerge. Not just saying people should. Okay, where does he want Tinubu to put all the structures that he has built for years? He should put it inside the dustbin, But where does want the Buhari and his cronies, be the likes of Atiku, to drop their long-term ambition? You just want to tell them, okay, just sit in your house, and you've been in your church singing and dancing and everything. You just want them to step down for you. Come on, we need to wake up. What is kind of weird
news just coming in right now, and it's quite matches together with that one. Why Sowore says all Nigerian politicians are lunatics.
Well, if you say that, he's also one of the politicians. You should not. You can't just make a kind of such statement, and you want to. Are you saying all politicians all of them are not mentally balanced?
Let's take
does it really the dictionary meaning of lunatics?
You know, I don't want to support that language meaning lunatics. You know, but while we are having this primary election, and there is this man, is not Wiki or someone that said that people that want to rule Nigeria must be mad. You know, must act like a madman. Yes, so must act like a madman.
Sometimes people use figure of speech to express themselves.
Okay.
Because
should we consider this one as
if you're going to hit with the devil, if you are going to die with the devil, you must have a very long stone. So it may be using a kind of figure of speech to express themselves. So you could, even you yourself, you could always reason along with such a comment. You could, just think along the same comment. Just imagine those who are the corridor of power. Okay, you cannot a sane man or a man who is not in the system, who is not in the game, may not be able to play the game the way those who are playing it now.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And let's take this also. Tinubu homecoming. Lagos NGJ condemns attack on the journalists. This has been coming so it's alarming. As in people that feed the nation, the country, because this is one of the journalists are the horns. They are the horns. They are the whistle that will blow for the whole country. So why the attack on these journalists?
Well, it's not. This is not just peculiar to Nigeria alone. Few months ago, last month or 2 months ago to be precise, a journalist was killed in Jenin by the Israeli. She was murdered. According to the Palestinians, they believe that Abu Hakli Shireen was murdered in Jenin. And but some are saying it's just a kind of. Israelis are saying okay, we'll do a kind of they'll go into an investigation to unravel what happened, and the Palestinians also requesting for this investigation. It's high time this stops. It is not the journalists are the watchdog. The journalists are the one feeding the general populace the information that is needed.
Yes.
So why do you want to exchange the citizens of those who are giving them the information that they require that they need? So the killing it's high time the journalists come together and we go into a kind of a thorough review and come into kind of modality and place it in front of the government, and they must strictly look into it. If it requires them for them to give journalists security whenever they want to go about their duty, I think that will really want it.
Well, let's go to this one very quick because of our time. Last week on this same Dailies, we spoke about the ransom being paid, and here we have government take cigarettes, rice, meat to free adopted children. In the first place they demanded for 50 million naira, and when I was going through the news, they reduced money to 10 million. After 10 million, they were able to raise 1 million at the end of the day. But they already demanded for rice, cigarettes, and beans, and this kind of food stuff. Don't you see this as a pointer of hunger to these governments?
As a matter of fact, I noticed, I wouldn't want to call the name of the tribe, but this has been the way they operate, their trajectory. Back in time, in retrospect, they used to request for Okada, all this motorcycle. They request for cigarettes, they request for all this kind of thing. But that has been the trajectory in the country. So I think it's high time the government put a end to this menace.
Yeah, so that's our advice to the government. Okay. So let's take this. Gujam Register charges politician buying 100 million votes. Don't you see this as a pointer of what Sowore said that Nigerian politicians are they are lunatics. Let's see this as
this is just it's a kind of an eyesore. If only this, I mean, is a very so devastating that in the midst of ASUU strife, you could take politicians who will conveniently put their hands in their pocket to buy, I mean, to purchase a nomination from 100 million naira. Just imagine how many of them emerges from that particular primary election. Just one. Where are those 100 million naira now? If you gather those money together, it's enough to settle the ASUU crisis. So it's a kind of a pointer towards leadership failure, and that's why we keep advising our people to get their PVC, to unseat the bad leaders who are not doing their job as they should.
Okay, as the emergence of Okowa, we asked some organizations the same thing. They said that they should vote against Okowa in the coming election. And we've talked about it at the emergence of the vice president the other time as terms of Okowa. We said something about that, and another news is coming out that some people in the southeast, they are trying to vote against him. What pointer is that?
Well, in my opinion, I think the southerners believe that Okowa betrayed them, because according to there was a kind of meeting they held in Asaba. The southern governors, the southern caucus, and they made a kind of an emphatic statement that the presidency must return back to the south. But now Okowa, being the host of that meeting, is now showing interest in becoming a running mate to Atiku, to a northerner. So it's a kind of, it berates the southern agenda, and that's why they were actually angry.
But I see that politicians are unpredictable to me. So when it comes like that, people that are dying together in this flat today, tomorrow they might just deflect.
And unpredictability is not a good quality of a man.
But when you not personalized,
well, it may not be, but people want you to, people have they've found so many, they've looked at you, from the top as a leader, and there are some decisions you should or you might want to make that you need to think twice.
And those people that I see it in the sense that those people maybe they are learning from Okowa. Maybe their models is their model. Mm-hmm. That okay, this man we want to take after and later betray them. Well, let's see that way.
Yeah, I think we've been able to exhaust the papers this morning.
Yes, you have been able to exhaust the paper.
Alright, viewers, this is our show for today. Do join us next time. Same station, same venue, for another exciting episode. Until then, we remain your humble host. Bye for now.